Hi, this is Reverend Al Sharpton, President of National Action Network. First, let me say that I really wish I could be there for the services of Audrey Adams. I spoke with Richard, and I really would have loved to have been able to stay since I was in London last weekend, but because of situations in the States, I couldn't be there. But I wanted to send a video to let you know that I met Richard and Audrey many years ago, over 30 years ago, when their son Roland was viciously killed in a hate crime there in London. I've met in my journey many parents that stood up for their children. But the thing that was striking about them is the tenacity, commitment, and durability of their commitment. They never wavered. They never left the movement. And because of their persistence, blacks in the UK are a little safer and a little better. We're not all the way where we want to be, but we're better than we were in the early 90s because of Audrey and Richard. She could have walked away and said these things happen or got some temporary sympathy, but they dug in for the long haul. And she has been an inspiration to mothers that people never was able to express to her. So many times when we say our final words to someone on this side of existence, we say it with sorrow, but lack of really wondering whether they were fulfilled. We can say to Audrey, a life well lived. You touched all of us. We have no excuses to make for you because you lived in a way that exemplified dignity and integrity. So we don't have to come trying to cover up anything, trying to make some kind of alibi for you. Your life was a life we could celebrate. And we know as you now go to the other side, you can rejoin Roland as a role of a mother that had nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed of, but in fact could be proud, because many of us all over the world was proud to know you. Bless you, Richard, and bless you, family.
To our Audrey. I have lovely memories of my primary and secondary school buddy that kept us connected to adulthood. We would meet up at special occasions, stealing moments of memorable chit-chat. Audrey had a big personality and a very funny sense of humour. She was always smiling. In fact, she was the only person I knew who could smile and look serious in seconds. That wide grin, followed by this serious look on her face, as if to say, don't be stupid. As she definitely spoke those very words to me in the past on a few occasions. Well, it used to be hilarious. I recollect a supportive, caring, protective Audrey, strong and assertive. We can only imagine the magnitude of this attribute amongst her family and friends. This special attribute, I am sure, played an integral role in her advocacy for others. Her work in the community was impressive, supporting many without a voice. We really have lost a valuable source to our society. I am honoured to have known her and wished I had spent more time making memories. However, life can get in the way of the important things. Legacy is not only about the material things left behind, but about one's characteristics and the impact they have made on people's lives. Audrey has definitely left that impact on us all. She will be greatly missed. To the family, be proud of the gem that truly shone amongst you all. We will continue to pray for God to comfort you all as you come to terms with your loss. Sleep on, Audrey. Sleep on. Take your rest, girl. May your soul rest in perpetual peace.
When Richard asked Clifton and I to say a few words about our memories of Audrey, we knew immediately that it would be an uphill struggle. After all, we know Audrey has a tight relationship with all her family and friends who would be able to testify to the fact that she was a diligent, dedicated and delightful daughter, that she was a worthy and wonderful wife, that she was a magnificent and majestic mother, a glamorous and great grandmother, a sensational and supportive sister, the coolest and compassionate of cousins, and an affectionate and awesome aunt, and that her friends, amongst many other things, would say she was fearless, funny, loyal, and would remember her with much affection. Audrey also had a whole network of colleagues and compatriots who would be able to express her virtues as an equalities campaigner, an activist for black people and women, and a fearless figurehead who could lead where others feared to tread. Audrey was a rabble-rouser when required, a peacemaker when necessary, and someone who could hold her own with whoever or in whatever situation she found herself. So you can see we were up against it. The tributes to Audrey from all these eloquent and articulate people would cover the whole spectrum of her uniqueness and the love and esteem in which she was held. So, what should we say? We decided just to say that we were privileged to have known Audrey as all of the things above, but mostly and most importantly, as a friend to us. Her graciousness, kindness, and indomitable spirit is something we will remember forever. Her passing will leave a hole in our hearts and in the hearts of all who knew her, but the love which she had for all her family and friends will surely sustain us all for the remainder of our days. When Audrey was ill in hospital, I was privileged to be able to read some poetry to her, which I think she found comforting. One of these poems was Still I Rise by Maya Angelou, and I would like to finish by just reading one of the verses from that poem, which I think Audrey would like. Just like the moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I rise. We all know Audrey will rise and rise and rise. Rest in peace, Audrey.
My sympathy goes out to the Richards and the Adams family and the passing of one of my favorite cousin, Audrey. Audrey was a family person. She was always there for the family. She would go the last mile to make sure that our families are okay. Audrey was a caring, genuine person. You could depend on her to do anything. If there's a problem in the family, she would be the one to help solve that problem. Audrey was caring, loving, everything. Audrey, you are sadly missed and your memories will never go away. You will always be in our hearts. Sorry I'm not there to mourn with you guys, but my heart is there. Love you, Audrey. Love you, my cousin. May your soul rest in peace. Love you guys. This is Valerie from Jamaica.
It's so hard to lose Audrey to her grave, but I know we'll have the strength that Jesus gave. God will wash all those teardrops from our eyes when we meet Audrey way up in the sky. Oh, heaven sounding sweeter all the time. Oh, my Lord, seems like lately Audrey on her mind. Someday she'll leave this world behind. For heaven sounding sweeter all the time. Sleep in peace, my cousin. I still love you. God bless you always.